Our goal was to get out of the city for a bit and take Main Divide Road up to Santiago Peak. Should be a fun day. We pulled into Silverado, California at about 8 o'clock on a Saturday morning. It's a cool little mountain town. Looked like everybody was still asleep on this particular Saturday morning when we arrived. We wound our way through town, headed to Maple Springs Road. That was the road that would take us on up to the trailhead of Main Divide and ultimately on up to Santiago Peak. Maple Springs Road is a pretty cool little road. It takes you through these beautiful little canyons. You get to see some great views of the trees and the mountain ridges. And here we come to the end of Maple Springs Road as we cross this dried up wash. Our tires are about to leave pavement as we enter the trail here on Main Divide Road. This will take us on up to Santiago Peak at an elevation of about 5,500 feet. It's going to offer some incredible views along the way as well. I'm sure two-wheel drive would be just fine up this trail. It's not a difficult trail, but I appreciated the security that four-wheel drive offered me, and I did the trail in 4 high most of the way. Of course you have to keep your eye out. We're not the only ones on the trail. There's a mountain biker on the descent. It's going at a pretty good pace too. We saw a couple of bicyclists. We even saw one guy going on his way up. It's pretty incredible they can ride up these hills on a bike. We continued our way on up the trail. We stopped occasionally to take pictures and take in the views. The vistas were pretty incredible, and there were some really good spots to pull out. We both just kept commenting on how fun it was to be out here today. See, the trail is pretty cool here, how the vegetation comes out over the trail. Some of the trees are really beautiful as well. We talked about that most of the way up. We also wondered what it was like back in the 1800s. People would come out to these hills and mine for silver. We thought that'd be pretty funny if we could go back in time and roll up on the miners in the Jeep right now. Here we had to pull over and take another stop to take in this beautiful vista. This canyon was just too incredible to drive on by. Perfect little place to pull out. We spent about 10 minutes here just looking around. We found this great little hill. Thought it'd be a good opportunity to test out the four-wheel drive. And although the hill didn't look very big in the video, as I was sitting at the base of it, it was up over my head. The Jeep, of course, took it like a champ and gave it no trouble at all. We were supposed to meet up with another Jeeper by the name of Curtis and run up to Santiago Peak together. But as it happened, he was a little late. We went ahead and started the trail without him. But as luck would have it, we bumped into each other about 3/4 of the way up the mountain. That was his green Jeep off to the right there. We immediately pulled over, jumped out to greet them, talked about Jeeps for a little bit, and then we set back off on the trail again. Curtis would be leading our convoy of two. He had just actually made the run up to Santiago Peak last weekend, I've never actually made it to the top. I did try several years ago, but I was turned back by a thick marine there that hung at about 3,500 feet. I got into the clouds, couldn't see the road any further, and had to turn around. It was great to run on up here with someone else that knows the terrain and knows what to expect on the trail. Of course, you really need to be careful up here, but you can see it's a pretty good drop-off on the right-hand side of the road there. It was like that most of the way up. Obviously no danger as long as you got your eyes on the trail. You're making smart decisions. See in the distance there, that peak with the antennas on it. That's Santiago Peak. It's actually our destination for today. It's got a bunch of towers at the top of it. As we round this corner, it'll come into view a little bit better here. And if you look closely, just below the peak there, you can actually see the trail that winds around the side of the mountain. That's the road we'll be taking. This is where our GoPro died. Unfortunately, we don't have any video further than this. We do have some pictures from the top. It turned out to be a great day.